How's it going, guys, and welcome back. In this video, we're going to be checking out the location of the G-Max Max Raid Den for Blastoise in Pokemon Sword and Shield Isle of Armor DLC. So as most of you know, you can get a free G-Max Blastoise or Venusaur by simply playing through the DLC. We'll get to choose one of the two, but that's not what we're going to be showing you today. In this video, we're actually going to show you where you can catch yourself a G-Max Blastoise from a raid den. What we want to do, starting out here from the very entrance of the DLC, as soon as we leave the first station, we're going to head southwest down here into the sea onto this little island over here, where we have the Rotom wandering around. And on this island, we can see this raid den. Now this is the den that has a chance of spawning a G-Max Blastoise. However, the chances of spawning max raid dens are fairly low, and even when we do spawn the max raid den, the chances of it being the G-Max Blastoise are even lower. So for those of you who aren't maybe aware of the 4 spawn method of these max raid dens, what we're going to do is as soon as we use the wishing piece inside this den, it will ask us if we wish to save the game. As soon as we click yes, we want to press the home button. And by the time you've pressed the home button, you should have had a chance to see whether the beam that's spawning out of the raid den was a regular reddish color or if it was a special pink beam with all the particle effects around it. Now, if it did look like it was the regular red beam spawning out of the den, we simply want to quit out of the application and then reopen the game and do the same process again. Until eventually we do get this special pink beam with all the particle effects. This means that it is at least a max raid den. So once you have this as the max raid den, don't fight it, don't do anything, simply back out of the den and save the game. This way it's saved as a max raid den, so we can go on to the next part of the process. So here we want to enter into the max raid den, and if it isn't a Blastoise, what we're going to do is search for other players. Now make sure you're playing offline so you don't actually find any other players. We simply want this sort of loading permanently for looking for more players. And while it's doing this, go into the system settings of your Switch and go into time and date and simply advance it 1 day forwards, accept it, and then go back into the game. Here, quit out of the max raid den, and then simply enter back into it. If you're doing this correctly, you should be getting 2000 watts every time you do it as well. If you enter in again and it's not Blastoise yet again, simply repeat the process until eventually you'll notice the silhouette of this magnificent G-Max Blastoise. Now, once you do see the Blastoise, don't get too excited. Remember to quit out of the den and save the game before actually fighting the Blastoise. In case we get unlucky and lose the fight, we want to make sure we don't miss out on the chance to get this Blastoise, so we can simply retry again. So that is pretty much all there is to this, guys. That is how you get G-Max Blastoise in Pokemon Sword and Shield Isle of Armor DLC. I hope you did find this video helpful. If you did, don't forget that thumbs up button, subscribe for more content coming very soon, and we'll see you next time.